Hi, it's me again with Corel Draw Tips and Tricks. Here's a little logo design that anybody can make. Pretty cool. So we're just going to go by step. We're going to draw an ellipse. We're going to use a bunch of tools in this. I'm going to hit P, put it in the center of the page. I am going to Control D and make a duplicate. While holding down the Shift key, I'm going to bring that in. I'm going to select both these. I'm going to go up to Effects and Blend. I'm going to blend them 4 times. That's going to give us 6 circles. Immediately, you pretty much need to go and break the blend apart, grab them all, and ungroup them. And then we're going to take a 2-point line, holding down the control button to make it perpendicular. We're going to nest it right here. We're going to Control D and put a duplicate, and we're going to put it right there. We're going to Shift select the second one, and we're going to blend that 4 times. Now, once again, you got to go so it makes it easier, break blend apart, go up to Object and Group and Ungroup. Then we're actually going to group this back together, holding down the Alt key, Control G to group it. I'm going to bring in indexing lines that are in the center of the page. I'm going to make a duplicate, and I'm going to change my rotation to the center of the page. Not quite there. There we go. Rotate it 120 degrees. Control D again. 240 degrees. Now I would go ahead and select everything, go to Object, Group, and Ungroup All. Now we're just going to kind of mimic this over here, what I've already done, and that's the way I've always learned is just do it and then practice. So we're going to take this outside one. We're going to get the virtual segment delete key, and we're going to delete that very little corner, and then delete that, delete that, delete that. When you come across here, delete all the way to the last line. We're going to skip a line and do the exact same thing. Let's zoom in here. Virtual segment delete key. So there's the one we did. So we're going to skip, delete, delete, and then leave this line, but go all the way to that line, leaving that last line. Then the last one has got a really sharp point. Delete, go all the way to the last line. Now to make life easy, I would take all this and Control G to group it together. Take your Smart Fill tool and fill in those spots. I've got my nudge factor set on 20 inches, so I'm going to nudge this out of the way. I'm going to take this, well, first of all, I'm going to get rid of the outline. I'm going to do a little bit different color this time. I am going to go to the interactive fill tool, and I'm going to go, okay, I had them grouped together. Well, which would actually work, but I think this will work, but no, I don't. So with that one selected, grab your interactive fill tool. You could do them all at the same time. Let's put a little orange in there. Yeah, there's not enough difference. Let's put a yellow up here. Let's put a red in the middle. Maybe put another little yellow right there. That looks okay for the video. Now what you could do, you could have done them all at the same time, but I find it easier to get the color, the attribute eyedropper, take a sample and put it in those same spots. So it'll do the same thing. Now group this together, Control G. And this is where you could make a clone of it, but we're not going to in this video. I'm going to Control D to make a duplicate, double click on the rotation, put it in the center. Make sure it's there, rotate it 120 degrees, Control D. Pretty cool little logo. I don't know what it'd be made for, but whenever I do stuff like that, it teaches it maybe a new tool. And I've got a little hiccup right there, so we could, I did not delete these little bitty corners, but you can see the end result still worked. So you need to make sure all those lines are gone. And you could do it with more lines, you know, more circles and more lines than just the 5. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.